No comment, written and read by Brother Jerry Valenti. On Tuesday of his last week on earth, shortly after passing the withered fig tree, Jesus makes his way to the temple area to continue sharing his message with all who will listen. While he's there, he is accosted by some of the chief priests and elders who are not happy with all of the attention he's been getting the past couple of days, beginning with his highly publicized entry into the city on Sunday, continuing with him healing many people in the temple area on Monday. These men asked Jesus, "By what authority doest thou these things, and who gave thee this authority?" The question is not necessarily an unfair question, since Jesus, as a man, has no recognized authority within the religious community. However, the purpose of the question is not to clear up a misunderstanding. The men are looking for Jesus to say that he has authority from God to do what he does, which will allow them to accuse him of blasphemy. Of course, Jesus has been saying all along that he's been sent by his Father to do his work on earth, so it's no secret to his followers where his authority comes from. However, Jesus is not quite ready to be taken away just yet, since he has more to do this week. So he comes up with a way to not have to answer this question directly at this time. Knowing that these men are basically politicians, he asks them a question that will force them to take a stand on something, knowing that they won't, and says that he will answer their question if they answer his. The question is about John the Baptist. He asked the chief priests whether they think John's work of baptizing people was authorized by God or was just a work of man. The chief priests are stuck now. If they say John was authorized by God, people will wonder why they didn't believe what he taught, including that Jesus was the Messiah. If they say that John was not authorized by God, they will face a great public backlash, since John was very popular among the people and was considered by many to be a prophet. So what do? Taking no stand on the right or the wrong thing, they respond, "We cannot tell." In other words, no comment. And Jesus is then able to respond with his own no comment, saying, "Neither do I tell you by what authority I do these things." Now, in this particular case, it's obvious what the chief priests really thought. Their actions made it clear that they didn't believe that John was authorized by God, so clearly they believed that his works were just works of man. So why wouldn't they say what they believed? Only because people would be upset with them. Do we ever find ourselves in a similar quandary? There are many issues in the world today that people are very outspoken about, so much so that it can make those who have the opposite viewpoint hesitant to make their feelings known. In some cases, maybe it's better to keep our feelings to ourselves rather than starting arguments and causing hard feelings. However, if the popular position on an issue is in opposition to the Word of God, is it okay to have no comment and let others think we agree with that position? No, it's not okay. Now, this is not to say that we should go out of our way to pick fights and intentionally get into arguments with people to try to convince them that they're wrong about the way they feel. This will rarely accomplish anything productive. But on the other hand, if an opportunity arises to be part of a conversation about an issue where the Word of God makes it clear which position is the right position, that's the time to speak up such that others know where you stand and what the Word of God says about that issue. Having no comment at a time like that may cause others to think that you support the popular position, which may well be the one that is in opposition to the Word of God. So pick your spots, but make sure that everyone you know is aware that your views in life are based upon the Word of God. Some of the positions may be unpopular in today's society, but we can all be unpopular together.